Hi, I'm OnyxRaizel, and this is the first episode of Graphite Creator News for the week of August 28th through September 3rd, 2016. For those of you who are new to this channel and you haven't watched the show's predecessor, let me explain the rules of the show to you. So basically, I like to feature creators who've made content in the past week who are between 0 and 1,000 subscribers at the Graphite level, which thus the name of this show. And I look at if those videos violated any of the copyright or community rules, you know, if there was anything good going on in the video to where I want to feature it. And if there is, then basically I will contact the creator and I will ask if I can use a clip of that video so then I can sort of show what the video is about. And then I will discuss what I liked about it, what stood out to me, and then also I will try to criticize it if I feel like there's anything that can help them to improve, because I've been told that just giving flat praise doesn't help people to grow. So I try to do that, and then also though, with the creators that I pick, I try to look at if you're not just doing, oh, I just do this every week, or just like if there isn't any growth. I look for, sometimes you'll see creators who 2 months later I will present on them again because they've done a jump in their content and I want you to see that. I try to do at least one creator a week. There's sometimes where there's nobody, but I have a ton of updates to give, so then I'll give it then. So when I'm giving updates, it's on YouTube's community or terms of use. It's on if there's any new features on YouTube that I want to share with you guys. It's on if there's any copyright or fair use updates that you need to know about, such as if a gaming company has changed their stance on Let's Players, that sort of thing. I basically try to give any sort of information during that time that will help you to have a better experience on the platform. Then also, if I have any announcements about the channel or the show, then I will state it then. That was the gist of the show, so now let's go talking about the creators who I'm going to be featuring this week.
I asked for a sign. I just wanted a sign that would show me that I could be happy, that I could, live my life and be happy. And so I guess I was waiting for a sign.
I met this guy at VidCon and I had a lot of good conversations with him. He is a fascinating creator and I highly recommend you go watch his stuff, but especially this video though, because he was talking about how he'd lost someone who was very important to him and he was going through grief, and how just he had an experience that sort of made him think, well, what comes after when you're grieving? Like, how do you move on? So if you're someone who's lost someone very important to you recently and you're grieving, I recommend you go watch this video because it will be comforting.
It's gonna be tough. I really love all this, especially when the picture is like electricity, ice. Especially love the ice part because my favorite color is blue and it's lots of blue colors here.
If you're someone who's a huge fan of Pokemon, I recommend you go check out his channel because he has a lot of content to do with that, including this video where he was taking a personality quiz in celebration of him getting 400 subscribers, where he was looking at which eeveelution he should be, and he was reasoning through his answers, and it was kind of a fun video to watch. But two things I noticed though, one was that because he has braces, and as someone who formerly had braces and retainers, I absolutely understand where this is coming from. His voice got overpowered by the music at times. So if you're someone who does have braces or retainers, something that can impact your speech, try to either project your voice, or if you have other audio, try to bring that down a bit so it can balance it out. And then the second thing was though that after he finished the quiz, it was like, oh, you got this Pokemon, and then it also linked to a video where it was explaining the Pokemon itself, and he was showing the whole thing through, and he only made like one comment. He was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And that is kind of because that could not fall under fair use because it wasn't transformative at all and you were showing the entire work. So just, if you're going to be someone who's featuring videos like that, just be really careful of how much you use and make sure that it's transformative and falls under fair use. And there were two updates from creators that I know. One of them was DragonKing564, reached 120 subscribers last week and he was very proud of that. And then Dread Catalyst, he told me that he reached 47 subscribers, except since the time that he told me that, he has reached 48, so congratulations to you two. Last week, YouTube announced an update to their notification system on whether or not you can monetize your videos, and if you're someone who's concerned that you can no longer monetize your videos because, quite frankly, they did leave a lot of questions regarding monetization from it, I want to recommend that you diversify where you get your revenue from. So don't just rely on AdSense, start looking at maybe selling merchandise or joining Patreon or getting a sponsorship. If you're interested in going the route of getting a sponsorship, when I was at VidCon, I took notes on this one panel I went to that was talking about the do's and don'ts of sponsorships. So if you're interested in that, I will be leaving a link to that post in the description of this video, as well as I will be leaving a link to the policy update as well. The that's it for today. If you're a creator who falls within the guidelines of the show and you want to be featured on here, either tell me in the comments or contact me on Twitter at OnyxRaizel, and I'll be sure to look at your channel. I will be leaving links to everything that was discussed today, as well as my social media in the description. Until next time, keep making content, and I'll see you later.